Yeah, here we go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, we got me some bed and breakfast going on here. That's how we get this thing going here. Oh, there we go. We got 4. Here we go. We got 1. 2, 3, 4. We get a chance to see what we got to get. All right. Oh, how you doing today? Definitely glad to have you to the channel. Welcome to the Freedom Coach, Freedom Team Apex Marketing Group channel. Ladies and gentlemen, got some great stuff for you today. We're going to be talking about lessons that you can learn from playing a game, specifically investment game, business game, real estate game, Monopoly. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share something real important with you. Remember this, how you play a game is a reflection of how you play life. How you play a game is a reflection of how you play life. Before I get started, let me let you know who I am. My name is Fahim Muhammad, the Freedom Coach. I am a chartered senior financial planner. I am a licensed real estate broker, licensed mortgage broker, licensed investment insurance broker, business owner of the Freedom Team Apex Marketing Group, but also the author of the highly claimed book, Making It Happen from Zero to Hero, How to Build Wealth with Money and Real Estate Investments, but also, ladies and gentlemen, which is huge, a new book out, which, of course, some of the things we're going to be talking about today is in here, Making It Happen Zero to Hero, Freedom is Not for Sale. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. How many of you all done played some kind of game that has to deal with investments, How many people done played a game of real estate where you got money and sometimes you run out of money, or you should have bought a certain property, you didn't, or just the lessons of life dealt you not the moves that you want to make. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about how to get land, how to get a property, how to invest, how to get debt. So as I say, let's get started. Now, what I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be talking about today, this is going to be huge. We're going to be talking about, again, remember I share with you how you play a game is how you play life. And so we're going to be talking about a few key things that's important. And so we're going to talk about, let me see what I want to start with this right here. We're going to talk about lessons. Oh, that's a terrible marker. That was terrible. Let's go with one of these. I believe one of these will be better. Okay, let's go with this. A little bit better. Lessons, okay, from games. And we're just going to use an example, okay? And we're going to talk about Monopoly, okay? Okay, so again, how you play a game is how you play life. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of things that you can learn from playing a game, and definitely that applies directly to business. And so we want to share them with you today, just a few key things. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if you could take the lessons that you'll learn from Making It Happen Zero to Hero, that freedom is not for sale, take some of the lessons I'm going to share with you that comes from playing investment games, business games, or just playing a traditional game of Monopoly and not just going through the process, but understanding the process. So let's talk about one of the things that's huge when it comes to obviously playing any game. Let's write this one down right here. All right? You have to, this is going to be one right here. You have to know the rules of the game. Okay? All right, what we call educate yourself. Okay? You have to know the rules of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, what's huge when you play any particular game, I don't care if it's chess, checkers, I don't care if it's Biz Wiz, if it's Uno, I don't care if you play Monopoly. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot win if you do not know the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become a successful business person, you want to get your credit in order, you want to get your real estate in order, you want to become an investment, you want to build a legacy, you have to understand the rules of the game, and you got to educate yourself. How do you educate yourself? You make for sure that you work with people that are successful and going in the direction that you are going, and they leave obviously some room for flexibility. Ladies and gentlemen, you can educate yourself through seminars, workshops, webinars, our YouTube channel. Oh, before I forget, don't forget, we got all. Can you believe that I forgot? You know why? Because I got my head on straight, right? It's a straight. All right, you can learn, of course, from being on our channel. So make for sure you can look up, down, to the left, to the right, sometimes behind me, wherever. You can go ahead and look on our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the subscribe button wherever it's at. Make sure you give us some likes, and of course, hit the ding, the bell, and so you can learn. So that's number one. Know the rules of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, learn the rules. I promise you could do that. All right, so with the next one I want to share with you is the next one that you learn. Be patient, okay? This is huge. Anybody, a lot of times people punk out, stop, and just give up on a game of Monopoly and just turn everything in. Turn in the property, they just give it. I know how many times I work with people, they be like, just take my property. I don't want to do nothing to it. I want to fix it. You can have it. I sign over my deed. I'll tell you why. Because people are not patient. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand the race. We already know it's not to the quickest, to the one that endure. Sometimes it's not necessarily, quote, bought, and it's not even necessarily taught. Sometimes it's caught from doing things over and over again. So this is huge. These are things that you can learn. A lot of times we are living in a microwave society. We got the internet. Of course, we got all kinds of social media. Everything is now. Everything is now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, everything has a process. You have to put the seed in the ground. You have to be able to cultivate it, water it, germinate it, and watch it grow. So this is huge right here. All right, this is the next thing right here. All right, the next thing that you learn, which is huge, right here that I want to make sure I don't forget, all that I got on here. Oh, yeah. This is another reason why people lose in Monopoly games, okay? They do not have a strategy. You got to have a strategy and a game plan, okay? You got to have, better that, let me write this down for you, let me switch the color. All right, well, you got to have an exit. You got to have an exit plan, okay? You got to have an exit plan or exit strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times that when you get on a plane, how many times when you go to a movie, they got what? Exit signs. You cannot have only one way in and no way out. What happens is about investing. It doesn't matter if it's business, it doesn't matter if it's real estate, if it's mutual fund stocks. You got to have some exit plan. You got to have a strategy and a game plan to accumulate to know if it's working. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're playing Monopoly, you got to have some kind of game plan. You go through the process, because if you buy too many property, how you going to be able to keep them going? If you don't get no property, how you going to be able to collect some money? You understand? And if you spend all your money, what happens if you go to jail? So all these things happen for the particular process. All right, so the next thing that I want to make sure that you get, this is huge right here, that you learn. I'm probably going to write this one in green. This is important. Another skill that you get, that sales, okay, the power of influence, influence, and negotiating. Negotiating is a powerful skill. You have to have the power of sales and influence, because sometimes, you can tell I play Monopoly, right? Sometimes you can get in trouble and you have to work out an agreement to sell your property, to get it back, and to get some money, because guess what? You're running a little short. So if you never learn the power of sales, and sales is nothing but the power and understanding communication. And we're not talking about doing something wrong. See, people have got the wrong definition of understanding sales. They think sales means doing something wrong, getting people to do something that's not healthy and good. We're not talking about that. We're talking about for helping people to understand how to be able to make decisions, how to be able to evaluate the process of things. So, ladies and gentlemen, the power of influence, negotiating, and sales is huge, that you learn strictly from the people that learn how to negotiate and sell. And Monopoly, of course, learn to win. Next thing we'll put on here. All right, this is huge. Don't diversify too soon. Okay. Do not diversify too soon. You got to be careful, because if you mess around and diversify too soon and your things are not being positive and productive, then you realize you have no negotiating power. You have no flexibility, or something we used to do back in the day. You have nothing to really barter with, because your stuff really don't have no value and people got leverage over you. So you want to be able to diversify your investment, but don't diversify too soon. But you do need to diversify. I'm just putting it, diversify your investments. Okay, dot, dot, dot. Run out of the room, so just put dot, dot, dot. So you don't want to do it too soon. That's huge with that. Now, the next thing that I want to make sure that we put on right here, that's huge about it. One of the things, and these are not direct, right here. Positive cash flow. Okay, you know how sometimes, I don't know how many times you played the Monopoly game, man, I played them like a lot, right? You know how many times you done had to sit there and you are not able to really do nothing because you ain't got no money. And by the luck of the dice, somebody lands on your property, and guess what they pay you? They pay you money. Ching, ching, ching. You back in the game. Are you serious? This is huge. So that's because you got what? Positive cash flow. So every first of the month, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, whenever it is, or weekly, guess what comes around? If you got multiple property units, cash flow, ching, ching, ching. This is huge. So you don't want to miss this right here. Now, the next thing, and I don't care what nobody say, if you done played the game, this is huge. How many times you have heard this one? Location, 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 and what we call timing is where you gotta have timing with that. It ain't just location, because you can have some good area, but if the timing is wrong and nobody's doing nothing in the area, you don't make no money. But ladies and gentlemen, location is important. How many times that people roll, and I mean, boom, they roll, and they come on Boardwalk, woo! Or they come on Park Place, woo! Or better yet, you got a railroad, woo! Or you got a property with a hotel, bingo! Showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, location, and timing. I don't want people to miss this. This is probably just as important, if not more important, because if you don't buy something at the right time or able to keep it at the right period of time, and they're not coming around, you're going to be paying money for something that's not making money. So you want to be crystal. Location is important, and also timing is important with that. All right, the next thing, let me see which one I want to use. Yeah, I want to use green on this one right here. Where the next one? All right. Oh, I did the educate self. What I want to make sure I don't forget. Oh, this is huge right here. Always, ladies and gentlemen, this one right here. This one's huge. Always keep some cash, better known as emergency fund. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to get the book, Making It Happen, Zero to Hero, Freedom is Not for Sale. How many times that you have played Monopoly, okay, and you may not either, because sometimes you don't have money to get out of jail, you don't pull a card, that, you pull a game, a chance of life, and you pull a card, and they got you paying out money, and because you don't have all your money, that's why sometimes, quote, in the game Monopoly, I don't know how you play, that sometimes we used to put money under our board to not to let the other person know we got money, because if they know you got money, you used to get it, and so there's nothing wrong with having your emergency fund. We used to do all that, right? So you got to be able to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, always keep some cash. You got to have some emergency fund. So you got to be able to invest some money. Okay, you're going to have some debt, but you got to be able to have some cash. So if the market is down, whoever has access to cash or have money to able to invest in stocks or invest in collectibles or invest in real estate can make that happen because they got some cash. I want to make sure we got that. Let me see. Oh, y'all got that in the rules. Educate yourself. I want to make sure I don't forget. This is huge. Huge right here. That you got to make sure you definitely do this one, and we'll close out on this one. The most important thing right here is where we're gonna put right here 9. All right, it's 9 is play the short game and play the long game. Okay, you got to play the long game, the short game. So you got to be able to look at now. So that's why we talk about it, making it happen. You want to make sure you zoom in on this. The making it happen from zero to hero, that freedom is not for sale. One of the things that we're sharing here is the mindset. What we talk to you about, if you can get your mind right, you can get, of course it's play money and Monopoly, right? It's play money, right? But you can get your money right. You get your mind right, you can get your money right. So ladies and gentlemen, you got to play the short game as well as the long game, which means while you are, of course, getting properties and stuff for the short term, you want to be able to have money if you need to liquidate something, if you need to invest in something else, if you need to obviously be able, sometimes in the game we played, that sometimes we loan people money so we can get their property, right? We was like, okay, or better yet, hey, sell me your property, I give you some money. If not, you finna lose the game. Man, I got a hotel, I got a railroad. Look on the back of your property. Y'all remember that if you look on the back of the card in Monopoly, it says how much, and again, it's all negotiable. I want y'all to remember that. That stuff is negotiable. So it may say where a park place with a hotel on it, you could collect so much rent. Also, it's negotiable. Hey man, but you ain't got to negotiate. You're about to go out of business. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to play the short game and you got to play the long game. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to share with you now, this is huge. Remember what I shared in the beginning. I'm so pumped. So make sure you, as I get ready to review and close out, and you get a chance to look at some of the stuff in the channel, I believe you can go up, go down, to the left or the right. Somewhere in there, you can hit the subscribe button. I'm telling y'all know I be pumped and fired up, right? Because this stuff is serious. As I started in the beginning, seriously, how you play a game is how you play life. If you can, it's a reflection of you, how you do life. If you cannot deal with frustrations, you cannot deal with losses, you cannot come back from losses, you do not know how to sell and negotiate when your money run low, or better yet, when your money run out. If you're emotional to your property, where we tell people one of the rules of investing in real estate, never fall in love with the brick. So you want to hold on to the brick, and so now you lose your property, have no money, and somebody like me get it anyway. So ladies and gentlemen, in closing, a lesson that you can learn from playing games, learn from Monopoly, know the rules. That's why you want to get the book, Making It Happen from Zero to Hero, that freedom is not for sale. You want to educate yourself. You want to be patient. Strategy, game plan. You got to have a strategy, game plan, and an exit plan. That if I need to sell it, you need to already have in your mind that exactly what amount you need to sell it for, so you don't lose and waste time and being emotional. Because just like you got one, it's like a bus stop. You miss one, guess what? You can get another one. Remember that. Next thing, you got to be able to have the power to sell, influence, to negotiate. If I do this for you, what you could do for me, I barter this to you, you can barter this back to me. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be able to do that. Next one. Don't diversify too soon, but you do got to diversify your investments. So you don't want to only have no railroads when the train got to come past to deliver things. And people, guess what? When you go around the board, when they go around the board, guess what they got to land on? A railroad. Ladies and gentlemen, even though it's only 4 of them railroads, the railroads can save your life and keep you floating, okay? They may not make a whole bunch of money, but they make some money because things got to go. So ladies and gentlemen, you got to be able to diversify, but not too soon. So you want to make for sure that you do that. The next one, positive cash flow. Oh my God, why you want to get a property and you're not able to make money? So sometimes instead of you trying to get 5 or 7 different properties, sometimes you just want to get. Sometimes people want the red ones. Sometimes people, it seems like people always land on the red. People always want boardwalk and park place, because when you land on it, it pays the most. But it seems like when you're going around that board, people are landing on that red and they're landing on that green. Now, don't get me wrong, the Vermonts and all them other places, you can make money on them too. But I'm telling you, you want to have, quote, a community. So that's why you want to have 2 or 3 of those particular properties, and you own that land and you got houses and hotels on it, you banging. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to do that. Positive cash flow, because even when things slow down and you have challenges, you have to fix things, but every month like clockwork, the chances that everybody in all your properties, in all your unit, and they're going to go around the board for 5, 7, 10, 15 times and never ever land is slim to none. All right, good stuff. Location, and timing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's timing, okay? So if you got some corner properties, because that's just a roll of the numbers, you got some of those things that'll happen. The next thing, always keep some cash for emergency fund. I don't care if you got to put it on the board. I don't care if you got to put it in your sock. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things we talking about in making it happen from zero to hero, that freedom is not for sale. It ain't if it's going to rain. It's not if it's going to snow. It's not if the sun gonna come, it's gonna get hot. It's just when. I don't care where you live in any part of the world, some weather climate is gonna change. Either you live in a place where it's super hot, you live in a place that's super cold, you live in a place where it rains a lot, you live in a place that don't rain. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's some fluctuation is gonna happen, some climate, and you gotta be ready. And so that's why you wanna have an emergency fund that you have set up outside of your traditional day-to-day things that you do. That's huge. And the last thing, as we talked about, play the short game and play the long game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to think like a master chess player. A master, not a beginner that think 3 moves. You got to think 10 to 15 moves as a master, 15 moves ahead of time. So I'm telling you right now, you want to win big, it's time to do it. So I'm totally pumped. Make for sure you hit that subscribe button up, hit it down, maybe behind me, maybe to the left, to the right. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like. And as I say all the time, as we play, good things, come to those who wait, but only, here we go, only what's left over from those who hustle. Again, my name is Fahim Muhammad, the Freedom Coach. Free yourself and your dreams will follow. I'm out. Y'all, let's learn big.